Good afternoon. I'm Toni Black of Real Talk with Toni Black, and I'm here in Duluth, Georgia, and I'm with the Chief Connection Officer of BizLynks Center here in the Georgia area, and I'm pretty sure there are going to be some more coming around in the near future. We have had a great panel today on a day in the life of business, and this has all been sponsored by visionary people, but it could not have taken place without BizLynks.
Yes.
Tell us more about BizLynks. What inspired you on this?
Okay, well, and thank you so much, because it was just an honor to be as part of the day and Day in the Life of Business. Great show. We love that part of it. But for BizLynks itself, what inspired me to start? I started my company back in 2001, and I did primarily web design then, and then ended up migrating into more technology coaching, because I was always coaching my customers so much on their technology, how to use their software and so on. And but through that time when I started the business, I always wanted to do some type of training center, because I love doing hands-on training. And as an entrepreneur, you know, I had the need or a place to be able to go and get on the internet at that time and do some work and just interact. And finding training space is fairly expensive. And so I had an idea of doing just a training room or a training center, and then but also allowing the businesses to come in and use their computers and teach them how to make their own business cards and their own brochures and all of that. And through that process, that was, you know, again, 10 years, but as time went on and I did some other things with my business, went on working with Constant Contact, and then it came to mind, the BizLynks Center. There's more entrepreneurs out there now because of the economy. They're out there using the Starbucks and they're using the bookstores and the coffee shops, and they need a place to go. You know, the virtual office spaces are a little too expensive, or they don't need all of that comes with it. And then you don't get a chance to really create a community in those type of environments. So I wanted something that was going to be a community for the small businesses, and hence the BizLynks Center was born.
Well, that is wonderful. Now, what events do you have coming up? What's been going on with BizLynks?
Oh my gosh, we have a lot of events coming up. I think every day I get up and I come in with, we're going to do this. I got to do this. So we've had an opportunity to really come up with some creative themes, but we've also partnered with a lot of groups as well. One that we have coming up that we do on a monthly basis is called Thinking Outside the Banks. And that's a group where we work with is another panel of non-traditional lenders. And they work with the businesses and share information about getting non-traditional funding. And that's once a month on the second Tuesday. We also have a couple of networking groups that meet here monthly. We have Women About Biz, their Empower Women Network meets here, and then Networking Works meets every week here on Wednesdays at 11:30 as well. And then we're also working on trying to get a Toastmasters group here. Tons of other ideas. I want to have Spanish classes here. One, just even for myself, I always, you know, want to brush up on those skills. So I said, why not bring it to the center? You know, wherever there's a need, we want to look to try to fulfill that if we can.
Exactly. Now, professional development-wise, do you see yourself eventually having professional development courses through maybe a contract with the county?
That would be fantastic. You know somebody?
I may know a couple of people. Let me check on that one.
Absolutely. We really want, again, to be the resource for the small businesses. So part of that comes in the offerings, what we can put together, but also, you know, space is available for anyone that wants to put on their own classes. So we do have some instructors that come in and use the space, and they do some personal development type classes. And we actually have a new connector that is offering classes for youth on modeling. So they come in and she brings the youth in, and then she teaches them how to walk, teaches them some of the etiquette and everything around that. So we do have that going on, but we're always looking for other topics that the small businesses need and would like to bring in. We've done a branding class before. We've done QuickBooks. So for businesses that need to learn more about QuickBooks, and of course I do the email marketing seminars with Constant Contact and social media classes. We actually have a social media class coming up the end of this month. Another one of our connectors is offering that through her business.
Well, let me ask you this. The way that your center is set up, it's a prime format or blueprint for assessments. Are you possibly going to go into assessments with the Postal Service or just any type of contract, whether it be for the state teacher certification? Because what I'm noticing is just from the assessment centers that I've visited, they're primarily set up like this.
Okay.
And just, I guess, would that possibly be an option? Because your setup is even better than theirs.
Thank you. That is definitely an option. We are looking at some of the certifications so that we can do more business with the state, and obviously being a woman-owned business, minority-owned business.
Right.
There's some great opportunities out there, so we're always learning more. We're attending events so that we can learn about other opportunities and networking, getting out of our community like we learned today, to look at other opportunities like that. So I think that's a great idea. So it's already printed in my mind and something to put on our list.
Right, because you already have the center up, so the overhead is not going to be much at all.
Exactly.
Well, I just want to know one more thing. How did you feel about today's panel?
Today's panel was excellent. I had the privilege of kind of being assigned to doing the social media and doing the post for visionary people during the show. So with that, I got an opportunity to really listen intently and kind of pull out some of the key points that they were sharing, and I thought it was excellent. They had great ideas, great things to learn and consider as we think about going internationally. Because, of course, with the center, we want to expand in Georgia and then go national, but then we do want to go internationally. And who knows, we may go internationally before we go national.
Exactly.
So, we're looking at starting with doing some seminars in some other countries. So this was great for us to really learn some things. They talked about research, doing the research, about building the partnerships, really understanding the cultures of the countries that you're looking at. So for me, it was excellent information. I hope everyone goes back and listens to the archive if they missed the show, or just go back to refresh your memory about what was shared, because it was definitely a great show. We're looking forward to the next one coming up as well.
And one final question before we wrap this up. With BizLynks centers being here in Duluth, do you see yourself possibly putting a location further south, like near the airport?
Absolutely. And thinking about our next locations, because we do want to do at least a few around Metro Atlanta area. I've been asked a couple of times about doing something on the south side near the airport. I was considering maybe the Camp Creek area. Marietta is another area that doesn't have a lot of co-working space. So, they have, again, the virtual office spaces, but they don't have something like this that's more of a community where they can kind of really come collaborate with each other and really truly feel a part of what's going on and getting the classes and the information they need. So definitely looking at some different areas around the city that we want to research and look at that.
Well, I have to thank you for allowing us to use your facilities, because BizLynks Centers they have a wonderful staff. The Chief Connection Officer is outstanding. If you are in the Atlanta area or coming to the Atlanta area and you need to hold a seminar or some type of training or just something, information, panels, platforms like what we had today, think of BizLynks Centers first and foremost right here in Duluth, Georgia. And again, it was a pleasure. Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
And I'm Toni Black with A Day in the Life of Business right here at the BizLynks Centers in Duluth, Georgia. Let me get it right. That's Duluth, Georgia. I'm Toni Black for Real Talk with Toni Black, Visionary People right here at BizLynks.